Aliyah and Raquel Rodriguez win WWE Women's Tag Team Championship on main event of Raw. Or did they? Then Rosa steps down as AEW Women's Champion. Meiko Satomura shows up on NXT to set up a championship unification match. Wendy, Choo, and Tiffany Stratton's lights out match was absolutely fetch. And where is SmackDown Women's Champion Liv Morgan? Welcome everyone to Ring the Bell, this is DS. What a busy weekend we have ahead of us with WWE Clash at the Castle, Worlds Collide, and AEW All Out. But let's get right into this week's Women's Wrestling Weekly, starting with Raw. What the hell was going on Raw? We're gonna talk about all the freaking massive main events soon, but let's start with the 6 Divas tag match. Just kidding. But it was great seeing the return of women walking in the backstage. We just need to throw in some feeling me in there for the nostalgia. But we got Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss face 3 enhancement talents. One thing I missed was seeing Bianca wrestle. I feel like we haven't seen her in the ring for a while because of this tag tournament 6-women feud, but hopefully after this pay-per-view, we get back to having a good Raw Women's Championship feud. The match was what it was. I think what I liked the most about the match was having that Pride Rainbow Queen in the Jobber team, who I later realized was Kayla Sparks, so that was cool. Asuka picks up the win using the Asuka Lock 2.0, I like to call. Yeah, overall, I'm just meh about these 3 as a team. It's giving Diva era baby faces who, for no reasons, are best friends. We all know Alexa and Asuka want that title off of Bianca ASAP, so I wish they would have added more of those layers without just making them all like buddy friends. Yeah, I'm gonna say this was okay.
Good, not bad.
And this episode is sponsored by Rage Shadow Legends, the first game to bring a true console-level experience to your phone with over 600 champions and hundreds of artifacts to equip. Even after establishing themselves as a leading mobile and PC game, they kept adding new content and game modes. Just check out some of the amazing things that happened to the game during 3 years, including the new game mode Doom Tower, new bosses and heroes, a whole new faction Shadowkin, and Hydra Clan boss. I can keep going on and on about Raid Shadow Legends. It's really the perfect game for all player types. And this month, Raid's got a non-stop schedule of special events and activities, including Forge Pass Season 3 and more new champions, along with some awesome looking champion skins for the incredible Madame Ceres. Also, they released super powered legendary version of Death Knight. Everyone can get him for free just by logging in and playing Raid for 7 days between now and October 27th. Also, you can use the DK Rises promo code for the bunch of free items to instantly level your strongest champion all the way to level 50, 5-star ascension. So click my link in the description or scan my QR code here on the screen. You'll get unique bonuses worth $30, including free epic champion and tons of great treasure waiting for you. Go get it! We then saw Rhea Ripley with Judgment Day, and as Edge and the Mysterios brawled with them, Rhea again confront all the men, and they couldn't touch Rhea because she's a woman. Just give me Rhea versus Dominic already. But really, I think this is good heel work because everybody is thinking Dominic should just go attack Rhea because she'll beat your ass anyway. She'll probably beat your dad's ass too. But because everyone's so annoyed thinking that, this makes it even more heelish for Rhea. And I'm sure there will be a big spot at Cardiff where she finally gets what she deserves by either Beth Phoenix or by mistake of her own teammate. You know the spots I'm talking about. And the main event time, it is a finale of the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament. We saw Raquel Rodriguez and Aliyah take on Io Sky and Dakota Kai. And I'm telling you, I 100% thought Io and Dakota is taking the title by pinning Aliyah. Oh, and I was very wrong. And WWE was really meticulously building for Aliyah's big redemption story. The match itself was really fun. Aliyah, first of all, love her fashion. Her moves are really cute, very divalicious, and Raquel, of course, got great power moves. I do wish, though, that she would get those holy shit moments, like how Bianca has multiple different memorable ones. We always get pushed by WWE to think that she's the strongest of WWE, but we don't really have that memorable moments from Raquel where I can go like, yeah, that girl is damn strong, at least from her main roster run. Io and Dakota were so fun together. I loved their tag moves, and I legit thought after Bayley's interference, the corner kick, and the over the moonsault, we have Io and Dakota as a new champion. But no, we had Bianca, Alexa, Asuka, the babyface besties, come out to chase out Bayley, and then using the very tactic that I criticized for showing up twice in this tournament already, which is tagging without your opponents knowing, which is also specifically a move that Io and Dakota used to defeat Asuka and Alexa last week. And using that specific tactic, Aliyah, the smart underdog who can learn, she was able to pin Dakota Kai for the team to become the new Tag Team Champion. And I gotta say, just looking at Aliyah's arc in this tournament, this is a Cinderella story for her, being thought as a weakling in her team to on last week's Raw showing that she can go in her hometown, and then totally being overlooked again in SmackDown just to surprise everyone, becoming the champion on main event, picking up the win for her team. Yes, this is a great redemption story for Aliyah, and I'm so happy for her, and creative did do a great job writing this moment for her. That said, Io and Dakota, I think, really needed this win. Like, remember the first match on the tournament they had when they struggled to defeat Dana, Brooke, and Tamina? I was worried for Dakota and Io back then because they didn't look like a threat. And here they are, failed to defeat Raquel and Aliyah, which makes me think of them as non-threats, really. Like the crazy buzz that we had at SummerSlam for them to potentially come tear Raw Women's Division apart is really fizzling out. So I guess the only way to fix it really is to destroy Bianca, Asuka, and Alexa at Cardiff and have like a 5-star match there. I really think that's the way to go. Also, Chloe, thank you Chloe, from the live chat pointed out, Aliyah and Raquel are probably just holding these titles till Naomi and Sasha come back, just warming the belt up for Boston Glow, right? So maybe that's what's happening, but really big elephant in the room. I can't. I later realized that Dakota was not even a legal competitor in this when she was pinned, so Aliyah actually didn't win the match. She should have pinned Io, not Dakota. What a fucking mess. I don't even know what to say about this, to be honest. If this mess up wasn't a factor, I feel like I could have said I was gagged, I was gooped, stratisfied. But with this, I'm gonna say I'm Confucius. Like, what an unfortunate mistake. Like, this was already a controversial finish, but this really was a cherry poop on the cake. Like, wow. Unless this is part of a storyline, which, I mean, it probably has to be a storyline now. We'll see how this goes. But this wasn't the best. And now apparently Slice Wrestling is reporting that Toxic Attraction was supposed to win the tournament, so I don't know what's going on. WWE NXT time, and this was a legendary episode. We first saw Blair Davenport's NXT debut match against Indy Hartwell. I love Blair's entrance so much, all the way from the smoke and projection on the ring. So cool. The match itself was a bit forgettable, but I like the taste of Davenport. She seemed lethal and deadly, and at the end, Blair finishes Indy with a slightly botched / forced Falcon Arrow, but it's okay. Post-match hits on Indy with the huge, deadly knee, grabs the mic and says because she was the #1 contender in NXT UK, she deserves the NXT Women's Championship match here. Choose NXT Women's Champion Mandy Rose, who comes in looking sableicious, shuts Blair up, telling her to put some respect on her name and that this is her ring that Blair is standing in. Then we see NXT UK Champion Meiko Satomura enter the arena. The legendary Meiko even sounds so legendary, so regal, and she announced the champion versus champion match. Worlds collide, but Blair Davenport inserted herself into this match, telling them not to forget about the #1 contender, getting the shut the hell up chant from the crowd. I'll say pretty great heel debut for Blair. I really loved Meiko here. She just seems so classy and in control of the situation. The dignity is really showing here. And NXT is really putting a lot of importance into this title unification match. As you know, they're transitioning NXT UK to NXT Europe, and they just released tons of UK talent, so big changes are coming, and I'm guessing this will be the end of NXT UK's champion. I really did love the design, so it's kind of sad. Yeah, I love the whole segment, and I'm very excited for this match this weekend. Stratisfied. So after this whole segment, I guess Indy was just sobbing at the ringside looking at 3 people talking about all the success and glory of NXT. She then cuts a promo saying that she's really hitting a rock bottom here since she lost her husband and best friend months ago. We see Dexter Lumis emerge from the background. Nice camera shot there. They orangutan crawl towards each other and hug. I gotta say, I just got a little teary. I don't know, it's like so silly, but like so cute. Dexter then carries Indy backstage, gives her a letter that says, "Goodbye, Indy. For now, I love you for..." Stop. Gotta stop it right here. Love it! And then we see Dexter going out of the arena, where he immediately gets arrested with police lights blazing through the tinted window. I mean, this whole thing was so well produced. The cinematography is there. They really thought through the whole angles and lighting in this segment, so I really appreciated it. And for the main event, we got lights out match between Wendy, Choo, and Tiffany Stratton in pink braids choice. But what a great match this was. I loved everything about this match because this lights out match was tailor-made for Wendy and Tiffany, from weapon choices to amazing dim light. Where do I even start? I loved Wendy's entrance. She's here to take care of business. She takes off her taco PJ to reveal a cookie onesie underneath, and how could she lose with the cookie onesie? And the weapon choices were amazing. Tiffany brought tennis racket, pink chair, and her purse had hairspray and makeup powder, which were both used perfectly. Wendy brought a bed and Lego. The Legos! Basically, Lego was this match's thumbtacks, and we all know the pain of stepping onto these Lego pieces. This match, they got Wendy Choo body slammed into Lego pieces. It was incredible. And her bed was basically this match's table, and it was so satisfying to see Tiffany go through the bed. It was so good. And then Wendy finished Tiffany off with a huge top rope Bader bomb for a pin in 13 minutes. And I didn't even expect Wendy to win. I was a bit worried about Wendy, not gonna lie, and how much legit she could be with this gimmick, but she surprised me yet again with this match, which was both legitimate but also perfectly Wendy Choo. Also, we gotta remember how new Tiffany is to the whole business. She's already main eventing with the hardcore match. She is exponentially growing, and it's so great to watch her. Also, love her picture-perfect moonsault. I'm so satisfied. We also saw a Cora Jade interview where she drags the internet wrestling community.
And to all the guys who have never been on a date with a girl in their entire life, and no, your little inflatable dolls don't count.
She really chose violence. And then Alba Fire promo where she goes full on Game of Thrones Melisandre vibe. And I guess Alba Fire and Lash Legend feud is continuing. AEW Dynamite time. Okay, this episode of Dynamite really pissed me off, to be honest. Thunder freaking Rosa, the AEW Women's Champion, is stepping away and is unable to defend her title at all out due to an injury. Now, there's a lot of rumors surrounding this injury, which is it real or not?
And I want to clear the air. This is not fake. This is not a work.
But I'm going to cover that and all the drama surrounding the AEW Women's Division right now in a separate news and rumor video this week, so hold your poodles for that. But yeah, they really made Thunder Rosa, who was one of the hottest talents they had in the company, have the worst title reigns I can remember in recent years. I dare say this was worse than Nikki ASH's reign. From her first promo as a champion that had Vicky Guerrero yell at her to go back to Mexico, to this sad, sappy backstage promo, I cannot remember a time the championship reign actually made someone look worse than they were before. It was bad. And I want to emphasize, this is no fault of Thunder Rosa. She's a great wrestler and was universally loved and respected by fans. I'm really angry that AEW gave no shit about Thunder Rosa throughout her entire reign. But with this, at All Out, we're getting a fatal four-way between Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, Toni Storm, and returning Hikaru Shida for the interim women's championship. Because AEW liked that interim system better. I don't get it, but apparently that's what they do in boxing. So for a match, we got Britt Baker versus Kylan King, basically a repeat of what we saw last week at Dynamite with Toni Storm and Kylan, but obviously it's Britt Baker, so she's booked a lot stronger than how Toni was booked last week. And the DMD eventually picks up the win with the lockjaw. Post-match, she picks up a mic and shades Thunder Rosa, dropping the title, saying that she was defending the title with the broken wrist.
I wrestled my entire title reign with a broken frickin' wrist because that's what a champion does.
I know this is Britt Baker's bread and butter, always walking the line between reality and storyline. Like from bringing in sandbags to Thunder Rosa to this injury comment, it makes me wonder if this is actually a good heel work or is it just flat out burying her opponent. I kind of wonder that now. What do you guys think? This insult brings angry Toni Storm to come out and she's attacked by Jamie Hayter but is saved by Hikaru Shida. Yeah, this match was fine.
Good, not bad.
But I think I would have much preferred something more substantive heading into the biggest pay-per-view of the year. Impact Wrestling time, we had two matches. First was Knockout Tag Team Champion Vex, Deonna Purrazzo, and Chelsea Green versus Mia Yim and Knockout Champion Jordynne Grace for the title. This match was super fun with Vex, the newly crowned champions, really working well as a team, and they hit their finisher right this time. The double pendulum move named the Dew Collector to pick up the win from Jordynne Grace. I was a little bit skeptical when this match was first booked, but I see what they did there. It's by having Deonna pin the champion Jordynne Grace, they were able to book number one contendership Deonna Purrazzo versus Masha Samovich. Impact has logical booking for a change. I do not think Masha will just snowplow through Virtuosa, and they already had a great showing in Knockouts Knockdown last year, so I'm sure their match will be absolutely amazing. So satisfied. And next we saw JesSICKa's debut match with this character, of course, against Alicia Edwards, and oh my god, don't we all love her? Her character is so fun, so sick, and you can clearly tell her and Rosemary are having so much fun with it. Her screaming sick every time she gets hit or is punching are so fun, and fans instantly got the hang of it and started chanting with her, and it was so great. At the end, she picks up a win with an explosive finisher. I love this gimmick. I cannot wait to see more from JesSICKa. So satisfied. And backstage, we see Savannah Evans get checked by Dr. Raw since the devastating loss from Killer Kelly last week. Tasha then talks some more shit about Killer as she approaches from her behind to choke her. Again, I love Killer Kelly's character and love how lethal she comes across. And lastly, Impact Wrestling teased a huge announcement coming from Mickie James next week. And if you follow her on Twitter recently, Mickie talked about how she's thinking about stepping away from the ring, so we shall see if she's announcing her retirement. AEW Rampage, we got another mixed tag match with Ty Mello and Sammy Guevara, but this time against Ruby Soho and Ortiz. I gotta be honest, I haven't been able to really follow Ruby's storyline with the male stables. I think she's with Eddie Kingston's stable, and Ty and Anna Jay are in Jericho Appreciation Society, and the two stables are feuding. That's basically what I know. So here we see the video of Ty slamming the car door on Ruby's hand, so her hand is injured in this match, and Ty gets to use that to her advantage, having Ruby as an underdog here. Some fun spots, we see Ruby hit a huge poison rana on Sammy, and then she hits No Future on Ty for the pin, but Sammy breaks it, and then at the end, Anna Jay runs in to attack Ruby, throwing her into the steel stair, and as Ortiz is distracted by this, Sammy hits a huge cutter off the top rope for the victory. I do love seeing mixed tag matches in AEW, especially when women get to interact with men. I do think though, Ruby should have been booked a lot stronger in this match, or just in general, to be honest. I don't know why she loves playing underdog so much, when most of us just want to see her kick ass and be cool. You know, but this match was fun.
Good, not bad.
And then we see TBS champion Jade Cargill confirm the match against Athena at All Out and seemingly dismiss Layla Gray from baddies? Not very sure about that. Athena attacks Jade, but with not much success. Let me be 100 here.
Let me keep it 100 with you.
This weak build, I really don't see Athena taking the win on Sunday, but I really want her to. I don't know how AEW fumbled on Athena's debut too. It's just a whole mystery to me. WWE SmackDown time, we had two women's tag team title tournament matches. First, with the last chance match as Toxic Attraction was injured and got taken out of the board. And this match started with Tamina being really angry at Natalya for some reason. Why did Tamina do Natty like that? The moment Tamina gets in the ring, she throws Jacket to Natty's face and super kicks her. Not Tamina fans like me are crying internally. The match was all over the place, but what could you expect from an 8-person fatal 4-way tag match, right? Perfectly chaotic, including Nikki's leg tripping at the start of this match and landing super gnarly for the superplex. That looked really rough. But let's talk about that superplex. So Dana Brooke went up top rope to superplex Nikki ASH to outside, and that was absolutely wild. And I love that Sonya was holding on to Dana's feet so she can stabilize. Love those little moments. But opportunist Sonya wins the match for the team by dragging Nikki into the ring and pinning her 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this was a super high energy, super fun. I'm very satisfied. And while these winners seem a little random, but actually they're perfect because they are fighting Raquel and Aliyah for the semifinals, as both Natalya and Sonya had previously had feuds with them. After a strong showing from Aliyah on Monday though, she was not booked strongly here at all, because this match was really to showcase Raquel, as Aliyah was basically taken out of the match after Natty's Michinoku driver outside of the ring, basically making this match into a handicap match. At the end we see Raquel kicking Natty, trying to lock her up in sharpshooter, flying outside, and then she hits Sonya with the huge Tejana bomb to pick up the win for the team. And I wish when I watched this match, Aliyah had more role here outside of being absent to make Raquel look good, but Triple H had a plan, and it was to make her look like a weak link by making her look totally useless, and then have her become the hero of the whole tournament. I do appreciate a long-term building. I mean, 2 shows building, but still, satisfied. Big absence from this episode. Liv Morgan, the SmackDown Women's Champion, was nowhere to be seen, which is wild to me. Yes, we got 2 women's matches, but like, where's the champion? I'm guessing this Shayna match is to solidify Liv's reign after making her seriously look weak at that SummerSlam finish. I feel like they could have done something like backstage brawl with Shayna or something to make her look good heading into this match. On the other hand, Shayna was also not present at the show, but she did get a really nice promo package that reminded all of us how strong she was under Triple H's NXT. And I'm happy Shayna's getting booked strongly again. This actually makes me really nervous. I wonder if Liv is losing the title and we're gonna go into Ronda Rousey versus Shayna storyline, which will slap, but not an expense for Liv Morgan. Alright, thank you so much for joining in for this week's review. You can find me at DSHN on Instagram and Ring the Bell DS on Twitter. This week's gonna be a big one for me. I'm trying to lock down a huge AEW interview this Thursday. I'm really crossing my finger for it to happen, but if it happens, it's gonna be great. And I will be at All Out because it's in Chicago, but also I'll be live streaming WWE Clash at the Castles to watch it with you guys, so I'm super excited about that. So I'll see you there at the live stream, but until then, bye!